What's poppin', y'all? Sexyy Red's about to go on tour, and she decided to jump out ahead of the numbers that people have been putting out when it comes to her tour dates. So the Art of Dialogue put out a tweet saying, Sexyy Red's upcoming tour is reportedly on the verge of being canceled. Only 37.11% of the 85,000 tickets have been sold. And if you check out the venues that she was going to go on, she was on tour, Hun Show, which I don't know if she's with that guy. They were saying that she was with him. She was pretty much the headliner, and the guests weren't going to add too much. The reason why I say that is because if you take a look at the other shows that this company, AG Entertainment, which she's talking about, that's running her tour, they ran a tour for Lil Baby, but they had people like Glorilla, Rilo Rodriguez, who Glorilla alone, right? That's another big artist that's going to add a lot to this tour. In Sexyy Red's case, nobody there is really pulling tickets like that. We don't know these people. Similar to the Moneybagg Yo tour, where they had Finesse 2 times, Sexyy Red, Lil Tyler, and these two other guys, Big Boogie and YTV Fat, which we could say are opening acts that they were trying to put on. Which is interesting too, because now we know she was already on tour with AG Touring when she was with Moneybagg Yo. I think they canceled a bunch of dates for that as well. But I found this a little bit odd because usually we get reports from fan pages or people that follow the numbers, like a lot of pop fans, there's a couple of touring Twitter accounts that will post the numbers of, hey, this is the percentage sold. But we never get them saying, oh, this is reportedly on the verge of being canceled. That was a little peculiar. Also, I didn't know that Art of Dialogue posted this type of stuff on Twitter. I could be mistaken. I just know them for interviews. They burst onto the scene. So if this is something that they frequently post, I've just missed it and haven't seen it. So Sexyy Red says, my fans are buying tickets. We're doing just fine. We not canceling no tour. This canceling stuff all cap. This how they try to do you when you go with an independent promoter and the bigger companies try to sabotage you. We not canceling anything. I did my touring deal with the black promoter, black-owned company AG Entertainment, and now they playing dirty, paying pages, spreading fake news to discourage my fans from buying tickets. Now, they do have a history of having a couple of cancellations on tour, but I think it's them just trying to, not flex, but them trying to push forward a little bit. Live Nation is obviously the company that everyone goes with for touring. So I'm assuming that Sexyy Red's here saying that she opted out of going with Live Nation and decided to go with AG Entertainment more. Perhaps they're paying her more than Live Nation would. I don't think there's a situation in which reporting or having information and headlines spread that Sexyy Red's tour is not selling well would hinder her fans from going. But I do think it would harm her career and perception. So what I presume is going to happen, or their intention is hey, we spread that this tour is going to get canceled. The tickets are looking crazy. It's only quote-unquote 37% sold. We also need to look at the tour dates, right? The tour starts 5/22? No, this starts August 22nd, unless I'm tweaking. August 27th, Sexyy Red for President tour. Let's look this up. Oh, she's actually going to be in Madrid, Spain. That's crazy. There's no way this is real. All right, so yeah, Sexyy Red for President tour starts August 22nd. We're in July 9th, and it's 37% sold. This is an important. Now, if the tour was starting in 2 days from now, that's crazy. But 37% sold. She still isn't going to go on tour for another month. That is a long time from now, especially like for fans of Sexyy Red. They're probably like, oh, Sexyy Red's in our city this weekend, and a ton of people will buy tickets, and it'll probably spread that way. Sure, most artists are probably selling around 50 to 60% before they go on tour, and we just saw Metro Boomin have to cancel his tour. But Metro Boomin and Sexyy Red are two different acts. Like, Metro Boomin's largely a producer. Sure, he has his own albums and stuff, but it's kind of like Khaled, right? Khaled's not going to sell a tour just because his name is on a ton of songs. People are usually going there to see the artist or the performer of the song. I shouldn't say a producer isn't an artist, but you guys get what I'm saying. So Sexyy Red, they're going to go see Sexyy Red because she's going to perform the songs and they want to see her in person. So I'm inclined to believe what she's saying here. And I do like the fact that she got ahead of it and said, hey, this tour is not getting canceled. I respect that. The fact that she's still going to go through with it, because if she's able to put on a good performance despite this obstacle that they're putting in front of her, and people support her even more, like I said, people already like her. They want to see her win. I said her as if I'm talking about the artist her. But you guys get what I'm saying. I just had to echo that thought out there. I couldn't leave it inside my head. Now, would I go to a Sexyy Red show? Come on, you guys know the answer to that. That's not even a question. But I want this to succeed. Despite me not really being a fan of her music or what she represents, the idea that she's going to work with this company that is a smaller company and opting out of working with the standard Live Nation, and if she's able to succeed with this, this is a great story that we all need to cover. So I'm going to be paying attention closely to these tour dates. I do think there are certain difficulties, though, when you go to certain cities. Like, for instance, San Diego, Oakland, Seattle, St. Louis. They picked some good cities. Birmingham, Alabama. Nashville, Tennessee, I don't know. A Sexyy Red tour in Nashville, Tennessee? That's Columbus, Ohio. It'll probably sell. Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, that's where I'm thinking, oof, she might struggle a little bit there. But a lot of these other places, Fort Worth, I think she can pack it out. St. Louis, of course. Grand Rapids, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hell, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, I don't really know. Oakland, she's definitely packing out Oakland. New Haven, Connecticut, Philly, Brooklyn, Pittsburgh. Like, they picked the right cities. If I were to just guess, right? And I'm someone that's never run a tour, no experience. I'm looking at these cities, and I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I think one of these other touring acts, I think it was Moneybagg Yo or something, they were supposed to go on tour in Salt Lake City? Yeah, okay. So Lil Baby, and I said this before Lil Baby even went on this tour, he was scheduled to play in downtown Phoenix with the Kid Laroi. So they got the Kid Laroi on that tour, and I was saying these are almost entirely like white markets. Salt Lake City. So he ended up canceling shows in Sacramento, Salt Lake City, Denver, Indianapolis, Louisville, Kentucky, and Pittsburgh. So if you see Sacramento, Salt Lake City, you don't see Salt Lake City on Sexyy Red. You don't see Sacramento, California on Sexyy Red's tour date. You don't see Louisville, Kentucky on her tour date, on any of her tour dates. So I think they're learning and recognizing, hey, there are certain markets that we're probably going to really, really struggle to sell tickets, so we should just avoid them. You do have Pittsburgh, though. I think, you have Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for Sexyy Red. So this has been really exciting for me to follow through with. These are the type of topics that I enjoy a little bit more. Again, smaller company, trying to go up against Live Nation. Live Nation, I believe they're definitely using underhanded tactics. Remember when the whole Travis Scott thing was going on? Keep in mind, there's been a lot of crazy stuff that's happened at Live Nation shows. Now, granted, when you're running thousands upon thousands upon thousands of shows, and 5 shows someone gets hurt, that's a negligible percentage, but it's just going to get the most attention. So remember when Draco the Ruler got stabbed up? I think that was a Live Nation hosted festival. Astroworld, of course, was in partnership with Live Nation. Everyone is partnered with Live Nation. Now, Sexyy Red has had an unconventional blow up. She hasn't had a smash hit like top 10. She's really relevant. The last test for Sexyy Red to really cement her as wow, this has been an incredible, I was about to say a beautiful come up, but this come up has been anything but beautiful. It's actually been putrid. However, the story, like you could say, the beautiful story of her coming up, independent, small team, banger song that a lot of people were listening to, and then now she's able to top it all off with a successful tour, packing out thousands of people on her headlining tour, and her supporting acts are really not that. Now that is one hell of a story, and I gotta applaud that regardless. So I'm actually rooting for Sexyy Red on this one. It's either I root for Sexyy Red or Live Nation. You gotta get the lesser of two evils, right? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.